Didn't I tell y'all that Nika knows? Didn't I tell y'all Nika fucking knows? I told y'all Oscar was up to no good. No! Y'all won't sit up tell bitch talking about cause he sleeping with her and he acting like he love her. I told you, baby. I told you. I know a rat when I see him. I lived with one for 17 years, child. I told you. Sometimes them flowers don't mean that he love you. It means he guilty about the shit he done did to you. Do you hear me? Okay. Alright, baby. Let's get on with the season finale of The Have and the Have-Nots. This was season 3, episode 25. The name of the title will be in the damn description. I don't know what the name of this show was, this episode was, but I have it in the description, trust and believe. Well, child, we gonna go back over here to Candace's house, and she's sitting up talking to Jeffrey by the pool side, and she telling him that she left the hospital from not seeing her son because she was afraid. Once she hear the name Quincy, she just gets all kinds of scared, honey, and she ain't want to be all kinds of motherfucking scared, so she left. He tell her she need a gun. She said, yeah, maybe. And he said he does as well because Quincy threatened him for not telling Quincy where Candace was when he came to her apartment and stuff. Well, Charlie was a knock at that door then, and Candace was scared of the motherfucker. She did not want to answer that door, but Jeffrey went on over there and he answered it, and it was Benny and Hannah. Now, Jeffrey go outside back to the pool area to get him some time and some time alone. And basically, during this period, all you hear is Hannah talking about how bad of a person Candace is, how she lie and all of that shit. And Benny kind of took his mama's side, like, I went down to your job and you ain't got no job, so I really want to know how all this stuff come to fruition. How you bought us these houses? How you bought the cars? I mean, they just coming down on the girl, asking her how she did things, Hannah starts talking about that, she burnt the house down. The girl like, I didn't burn your house down, and cause she don't even know about that house burning down. And Candace say she ain't got no clue how that happened. And she say she didn't do it, and Hannah's telling her, you might as well did it because you brought Quincy into our lives. And I'm like, girl, you still tearing your daughter down, believing everything. Honey, this woman told her, look, every time I try to give you a second chance, you do something. So I want the truth. For once in your life, just tell the truth. Baby Hannah crying, and so is Candace. So Candace tell her, look, I didn't burn your house down. That's for one. 2, I purchased y'all houses with money. They want to know how she get the money. She don't want to tell them how she got the money. She said, but she did get it. And she went upstairs and got the deed showing them that, look, this is legit. Y'all really do own this shit. I really bought this stuff for y'all. But everybody want to know with them two there, how she get the money. And she not willing to tell them. She said, I got some money. I got money in the bank. So she go to get her laptop to show Benny that she really do have money in the bank. And child, Oscar had got her. That bitch had zero balance. He handed that laptop back to her. He felt like she was playing with him, cause she is sitting there saying she got money, but the bank statement saying she got $0. And Hannah starts going off and talking about how she always lying and shit. At this moment, Candace ain't focused on much, on as much on her mama and her brother questionnaire that they trying to get her. She is focused on where is my motherfucking $4 million, okay? She did admit that she ain't got no damn job, but she told them that she came into some money, and they wants to know how she came into the money. Well, she told them she wasn't going to tell them that. Hannah pushed her for more, and she reveals, yes, I do have some money. I got $7 million. And Hannah wants to know how, but she ain't telling them. Candace say she bought the house off for her and shows that, I told y'all she went up there and showed that deed and stuff. And they still basically acting like they don't trust her, you know, because of this shit. I don't get it, child. This girl done found out her motherfucking bank account on zero. She ain't trying to hear all this shit. So they fucking leaving shit. Okay. Candace. Okay, what happened after that? When Benny and Hannah decided to leave, Quincy pulled up to Candace's house, cause see what he did was he followed Benny and Hannah over there, okay? But we gonna leave that alone. Jeffrey come back in and he asking what's wrong, and she say that Oscar took her money, cause she getting it now. She realizing what the fuck had happened. She explained to him how it happened and tells Jeffrey that maybe the person. And Jeffrey tell her maybe the person who she got that money from may have actually been the one to take it back, okay? And that got her to thinking about Jim at that moment. Well, Oscar called because Candace had tried to reach him and he wasn't answering that phone, and Jeffrey told her to call back again. He ain't answer. Well, they standing there talking, and that's when Jeffrey giving her the 411 on girl. Maybe the person who you took it from was the one who really got their money back. At that moment, Oscar called, and Candace going off on the phone, telling him she want her motherfucking money back and shit, because she know he the one that took it, and he saying that he didn't take her money. She saying, yes, the fuck you did. And he telling her he want that, I think 500,000 or whatever it was he put in the account for her in front of the damn lady. He want that back. And she told him, well, you give me my money back, I'll give you yours. And he on the airplane, but he tell that motherfucking pilot, let's go to Savannah, honey. We got some stuff to take care of. And I know at that moment y'all thought he still hadn't did it, didn't you? I told y'all he had did it. Well, let's go back to Bennett's house, and Hannah gets out the car and she standing on that porch, she crying, and he basically breaking down to child because he can't stand to see his mama cry, and she's saying, why can't they just do right? Well, hell, he telling her the deed on the house and the business is real. Let's just go on and try to make the best of the situation, regardless of how she got the money. I feel like she played me too because she lied about the job and stuff. But these two things are legit, and we need this right now. Well, Hannah saying she'd rather live in a doghouse than live in there. And she walked off and told him, don't follow him. Don't follow me, Benny. And I guess he know his mama, so he didn't. Well, Benny go in the house and he called Veronica and say he needs some legal advice, and they agree to meet up. Well, after they agree to meet up, she gone on because she was down at the campaign headquarters, and when she get through talking to Benny, she go in there to David's office, and she was nice to motherfucking Maggie. She said, excuse me, please. And I was shocked, child, because I guess, well, you know, that read she gave her last week got her together. So she leave politely, and her and David began to talk, and she tell him that Mackie spoke to her about him running for governor, and he shocked about her talking about that instead of talking about the problems they done had in their relationship. And she admits, she told him, I ain't lied to you about nothing that I've done, you know. And he said, well, why would you do that stuff? He said, well, maybe because I'm crazy. And he said, but you tried to burn the house down. She said, I wasn't going to let you die. I was just going to let you get burned a little. And child, he looking at her like, bitch. And she like, I'm just joking about that. But I realize that it's a lot you and I need to talk about. But I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity like this, because it's your time. You should want to be a part of, you know, do this. And I'm willing to stand with you, and we can talk about all our problems that we done been had. You know, she told him about the car situation and where the car is, and that she was finna get ready to go meet up with the owner of the car that's got the car right now, because where it was in the tow shop, the other tow place, it got seized by the government, and somehow Benny wound up on it, but she ain't tell him all of that. She just said the government seized it, but she know where it is now, and she going to talk to the owner. But when she come back, they can talk about what's been going on in their relationship. But she did let him know that Maggie came and talked to her and stuff, and she's thinking more clearly, right? Okay, we think everything good with that. She admitting she was wrong. She did all of that, child. Well, when she leave, Oscar, whose real name is Brandon, comes to see David. And he let David know that he got that money back, minus what the man had to spend on trying to woo Candace, because she got expensive taste, and minus the amount of money that he had to spend out on what she done spent. Okay, so he got almost all of Jim money back. He said he working asset recovery, child, and the man told him, you'll get your 30% minus, he gonna get so the $7 million is gonna be 30% of Brandon, aka Oscar, earnings, plus it's gonna be subtracting what she spent on them 2 houses and their business. Okay, got it. All right, child. Let me see. Now, I went ahead of myself, y'all. It's late at night here, and I've been down there to the bar. So, remember I told y'all that, but before he go see David motherfucking ass, Oscar arrived at Candace's house, and she accusing him of taking her money. Now, he was saying at first that he ain't taking, and that he need the money he gave her back. But she was like, motherfucker, you got my money, so how the hell am I supposed to pay you anything back? He's like, Candace, $50,000 ain't that much money. I mean, I can give you that if that's the big deal. And she tells him at that point, motherfucker, it was $4 million in my account. And he said, I know you didn't make that from escorting, because if you did, you ought to be tired. She slapped the fuck out of him, okay? And shit, next thing I know, they get the fighting child, and Quincy come in there, and he get Oscar off of Candace's ass, because Candace jumped on this motherfucker. And when he jumped on Oscar to get him off, Candace is trying to run away because she trying to get away from Quincy, but Quincy stopped her motherfucking ass, and I'm assuming Oscar left her there because we see him choking her the fuck out. Well, Hannah sitting down at the steps of her burnt down house when she get a call from Leah, the social worker, saying that she has been granted legal guardianship over Lil Q, and she needs to come pick him up from the hospital because he's ready to be released. So I guess she had a moment with God, so she was sitting there on that porch, baby, feeling like she was down and out. But she went on up there to the hospital to get him. Well, Jeffrey and Wyatt roll up on the tow yard to see the car. And they trying to figure out how they gonna be able to get the car off the lot when Veronica happened to pull up, and Jeffrey wondering why is she there, and they decide to go find out. But before they go inside or peep in the window, they is making sure that that's that car, right? Well, inside, Benny's showing Veronica the deeds and saying that, he want to know was that legal, and she's like, oh, so this must be what your mother was talking about, because she accused me of being your sugar mama and buying you all this stuff. But it's not hard for you to verify if this is legal. It appears to be legal, but you can verify it through the county clerk's office, okay? Okay. He also, she asked him why he called her over there for that, because that's something they could have talked about on the phone. And she's telling him that it was a mistake made, and that they can't continue. She gonna have to end their little affair, because Megan and got her together. She see now she got a good man, so she want to end the relationship with this Benny. And child, Benny was acting like he didn't give a fuck. He talking about it wasn't nothing to me no way, so it's not that big of a deal. But then in the same time, this motherfucker is rolling up on her, trying to kiss her and stuff, and look like he ate our box out. And the whole time he was doing it, guess who done peeped through the window and taking pictures? Jeffrey and fucking Wyatt. Child, this shit got more and more sticky as it went on. Child, I was here for that. I ain't lying. He act like he ain't care, but he was eating that box like he kept talking about he done had a rough day. Child, whatever. He kissing her and all that shit. No motherfuckers are standing there window just recording it all. Well, let's go back to the hospital, and the social worker bring Hannah little Quincy Jr. and he say he glad to see her. She tells him that they going on an adventure, and the social worker tell her that she hasn't told Candace about about Hannah getting legal guardianship, she wanted her to come pick him up from the hospital first. And the social worker said they're gonna have to do a site visit, and Hannah said okay, and she leave with the little boy. But I'm wondering how y'all gonna do a site check when this bitch house done burnt down and she refusing to live inside a Bennett house. They go to a hotel. Anyway, that's when David went to see Oscar went to see David, and as I stated, he set that man up to have Oscar take that money back that she had extorted from Jim. He tell him what all this there, minus what expenses it took to, wine and dine Candace into believing him, cause she got expensive taste. Well, he leave, and that's when we learned his name was Brandon. And here comes Maggie into the office, and she asking if he gonna run for governor. And he said he need to speak to Jim first, but he'll look over the speech now that she prepared for him, and she leave to give him some privacy. Okay. Now Hannah done took the little boy to a hotel for now. LaQuincy telling her he missed her, and she said she missed him as well. Then we're gonna flip back over to Jim's office when David coming there with the confirmation for him to know that he got his money back. He said, "Didn't I tell you I was gonna get your money back?" And David, he looking at the shit, and David asked him, "Are you gonna at least say thank you?" And Jim is looking at him with a smirk look on his face, like, for what? Child, he didn't give a fuck, and he never did get his man no motherfucking apology. David walked out that office, and Jim made a call, and we hear him telling whoever on the other end to do it, all of them right now. So, child, Wyatt was talking to the DA next, and she said he will testify if him and Jeffrey get immunity, and he knows now what a car is. Child, it was getting good at this point, I ain't lying. But Jim is making a so-called concession speech, but child, he ain't making no concession speech. This motherfucker is standing up there with Catherine, David, Maggie, and Veronica, talking about how he's human, he made mistakes, and as he's making this speech, people is getting killed, from the police people that was there, the police officers that he had enlisted to help him with that teaching Wyatt to listen. Somebody got shot. I think they fucked Celine ass up too, because I seen her watching the shit as he was talking about he gonna try to get to know the little boys that he left behind years ago and shit. But baby, everybody standing there trying to figure out what the fuck is he talking about. He basically saying that he's made mistakes, and he can't change the mistake, but he can be a better person. And in doing so, he is telling these folks that he is staying in the race. And everybody, Catherine, David, Veronica, Landon, and Maggie, are looking like, what the fuck? Because that's not what he's supposed to be saying. David told Maggie he's still running and tell her to separate the ballots. Right when he tell her that shit, that fucking DA walk up in there, baby, and she arrest all their ass, both the criers, both the motherfucking Harringtons, and she tell them that their sons gave them up, okay? Child, they took them to jail. Well, while all that is going on at the campaign headquarters, child, we see Jeffrey arriving at Candace's house only to find Quincy choking her the fuck out, so he hit him over the head with a vase or something. Quincy jumped up off of her and went to charging for fucking Jeffrey, giving Candace enough time to go up in that kitchen and get one of them butcher knives, one of them good butcher knives. But she couldn't do nothing with it because she stabbed that man one time. He turned around and forgot about Jeffrey and went back to choking her. It's at that point Jeffrey is able to get that fucking knife. And when I tell you, he gave him some Michael Myers. I almost bust into a dance on the shit. But anyway, child, he was cutting his ass up. You hear me? He was giving him, they gonna have to count the stab wounds on this motherfucker, y'all. And it goes off with Candace looking in disbelief with blood all over her, and Jeffrey sitting up against that wall that he had got knocked into with blood all over him. y'all, this was a good season, but I told y'all that was gonna happen, right? And I can't believe I got through that in almost 20 minutes, child. That was some good shit. Now, y'all, I'll be back down here tomorrow for If Loving You Is Wrong, because I know it came on, but a bitch ain't catch it, because I put only that on DVR so that I could get these videos that I was definitely behind on out to you guys. I want to thank everybody that was sending me birthday shout outs on Facebook and everything. I had a wonderful birthday. I got a lot of rest. I appreciate Min Pam, excuse me, y'all, Tiki 44 and Miss S Hutchinson for the lovely shout outs y'all gave me. Thank you all so much. It meant so much to me. And Tiki girl, you really touched me from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do appreciate everybody who has come along, that embraced me, enjoy what I do over here on my channel. Hopefully I got new things coming up as I progress along. But I'm here, y'all, and I'm all right. I'm not exhausted anymore. I'm off the rest of the week. I'm just gonna try to make sure I catch up. Well, the only thing I gotta catch up on now is If Loving You Is Wrong, and I'll try to get that out to you guys tomorrow. But again, I thank you all for the beautiful birthday wishes that you all gave me via Twitter and via Facebook. It meant a lot to me. Y'all had me on the verge of tears that whole day, and I did have a good time. I didn't do a whole lot because I plan on trying to get my party on the weekend, but y'all can best believe I had a wonderful day. You know, I really did. From you all being my YouTube family down to my actual family, I appreciate y'all. I love the calls. Miss Ghetto View called me, Urel called me, New Orleans Lil called me, Frank White hit me up on the messages and shit. Thank y'all. I had a good birthday. I really did. And I just can never, I never thought in a million years when I turned this camera on January the 14th of 2015 that I would have met such awesome people. And I thank each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me, for seeing the genuine person that I truly am. I know some people have problems with me, and everybody, I can't make everybody love me, and they talked about Jesus, so I'm not gonna worry about the people that want to bring the negativity into my life, but more so embrace the people who make it all worthwhile every single day. I'll be back down here with If Loving You Is Wrong, and plus I've talked my daughter into doing the Bean Boozle challenge, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get her on her off days during the weekend to sit down and record the video with me. I think that would be very funny for y'all to see that. I don't know what all we gonna do this week. I'm not gonna put myself into, I'm not gonna promise nothing. All I can tell you guys is I got some ideas on videos this week, and I'll show them up. I'll show up and do them. Now, Miss S Hutchinson, I did do the 100 tag question, but I don't mind doing it again. I don't, because you tagged me in it, and when I tagged you, when I ask anything of you, you do it for me. So what I'm going to go ahead on and do is I'm going to try to get that tag done. Yeah, I did it once, but it don't matter, child. I didn't have 1,400 plus subscribers back then either. So maybe be nice for people to see me answer the questions again. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video tomorrow. Also, I'm going to address you, Mr. or Mrs. who keep calling my job to try to inquire about me. Baby, let me tell you something. One thing I am is the queen of protecting me and my family. I know you're doing it because I get told about it, and I was actually there when you did it the last time. If I don't want you a part of my business, my real life, my bottom line, you won't be. You could call, you could search the web, you can do anything you want to. But do not think that I got where I'm at today being a stupid bitch. My family is very protected. But I will address you on another video. I'm just letting you know I'm aware you're doing it, and I'm gonna give you this piece of advice. Stop it before you receive some legal notification from me, because that is in a sense harassing me. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.